Well, let's talk about Jack Black and his absolute maniac being on stage calling for the assassination of Donald Trump. That's absolutely disparaging and not something that anybody should be doing. You know, this in with certain people is a very sensitive topic, but with what Jack Black is doing, going out there on stage, and everyone in that crowd cheering that on, it's absolutely disgusting. You know, I don't I'm not one to sit there and say, "Oh, Donald Trump is the best person ever." He's not. He's got his flaws. He's got very many flaws. Um but what I see right now is someone that's willing to stand up against the narrative and take a damn bullet for his country. And that in itself is huge. But now it's even worse. Now they're calling it's the Australian minister, one of the ministers for Victoria, is calling for Jack Black's deportation. And that's that is a whole new level. That's a whole new ball game at this point. If politicians are now willing to step into the limelight and denounce this type of rhetoric, it's absolutely disparaging to see. And this is not something I ever thought our world would be in, where the one side of the coin goes absolutely way off the deep end. The deep end is gone. It's no longer part of everything. Here in Alberta, Premier Daniel Smith is asking for everyone to tone down the rhetoric. It doesn't matter if you're liberal or conservative, tone it the F down and bring yourself back to the center. Bring yourself back to a place of normalcy in this point. This is something that has happened. It is something that is going to be written in the history books, and it's going to be studied for generations. You're going to see that one photo of Donald Trump holding up his fist with the American flag in the background, and that's going to be on the cover of certain magazines. Probably, I wouldn't. Okay, I'm going to call it now. It's going to be in Time magazine at the end of the year as one of the most defining moments of 2024, because this is it. We're halfway through the year, and that is one of the defining moments of human history right now, and it's being written in front of us, in front of all of us. And to have the audacity to go out there as a birthday wish and wish the guy dead, it's not right. It's absolutely disgusting. And then what happened with Gina Carano and Disney, and Jack Black is also employed by Disney right now for the Mandalorian. He, you know, he. It was one of these situations where he fit the role that they wanted to tell, and I could care less that he was in the Mandalorian. The Mandalorian lost its appeal pretty quick when they dove into the DEI of it all. But now we have Gina Carano is in a full-on legal battle with Disney over her being let go for some tweets that she put out on social media. Those tweets were against lockdowns, against the vaccine mandates, and now we have Jack Black sitting there calling for the assassination of a president, a former president, possibly and quite possibly the next future president at this point. It's disparaging, it's disgusting, and it's something that needs to be called out, and that's why we're talking about it today. Do I like Jack Black in the first place? I've never really liked the guy. I thought Tenacious D, it was okay. It wasn't anything crazy. I never dove into his fandom or his work ethic. He plays Kung Fu Panda. I thought it was okay. I think the character Poe is a very decent story overall, but I don't sit there and I like a lot of the things with Kung Fu Panda, considering it was a meme from World of Warcraft long before it became a movie. It was an April Fool's joke. It was based off a joke in the first place, and that's what a lot of people don't really understand. Kung Fu Panda was literally a joke from Blizzard devs back in the day. And then they turned around, they made the what World of Warcraft world, Pandoria, is that what it is? With the pandas being actually in there. It's something that was a joke and then it came full circle. It If you understand that this was all a big joke in the first place, then yeah, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But what Jack Black did here after, singing happy birthday and as a wish saying, don't miss next time, that's absolutely disgusting. You don't wish a sniper to take someone out. It's I just don't get it. I don't get it. This is absolutely disparaging. This is the world we live in right now, where the divide hasn't been greater, where things are falling apart, where the world wants to be at war, and we don't and normal people don't want that. I don't want that. I think the rhetoric needs to be toned down quite a bit. I think what we've seen out of Hollywood and the celebrities and a lot of people sitting there and saying, we're going to take this. We've got Mark Hamill also out there asking for the NRA to denounce it and to say things like this. I don't think this is one of those situations where you need to stand up and completely denounce the shooter at this point. I think this is one of those situations, goes without saying, that nobody should be praising anybody willing to take and try and take a shot like this and create a shot around the world. It's absolutely disgusting and disparaging, and it doesn't belong in any sense of the world. The violence needs to stop. We all live on this earth. We all try to get along, and this doesn't do anything to get along. This just creates another narrative or another situation where people have and can be cutthroat against each other and just excommunicate them all. We've seen this. We saw this in 2016 to 2020. Anybody that did support Donald Trump lost their jobs over this stuff. I don't, I'm Canadian. I'm here on the outside looking in. I have no say in whatever happens in the political conflict. But when the Australian senators are calling for Jack Black to be deported, this is a pretty serious matter. It's a pretty serious matter, and these are the thoughts that I've seen. I've had after watching the clip. I was disgusted. I wasn't even sure how to approach this, but now that I'm seeing that there's more where people are saying, you need to deport them. Um, yeah, it's disgusting. Jack Black is going to live the life of his consequences right now for his actions. And will Disney step in at this point? I think there's a lot of heat on Disney. I have seen quite a few people calling for Jack Black to be ousted from Disney. These are jobs. These are should people be taken out of their jobs for wishing someone dead? Well, I think they need to have some sort of talking to, let it stay on full display so we have content like this that we can actually make, but it's disgusting nonetheless. Anyway, I'm your Proclaiming Phoenix Center Shadow. I'm signing off here. Have yourselves a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe.